Commander Powell. Commander Powell, this is Doolittle.
John Carpenter is an American film director, screenwriter and composer born in 1948. He is most commonly associated with horror and science fiction films. His first major film as director, Dark Star in 1974, was a science fiction black comedy that he co-wrote with Dan O'Bannon, who later went on to Alien.
Freeze! This is the police. Drop your weapons and place your hands above your heads.
Carpenter's next film was Assault on Precinct 13 in 1976, a low-budget thriller influenced by the films of Howard Hawks, particularly Rio Bravo. The film marked the first time Carpenter worked with Deborah Hill, who played prominently in the making of some of Carpenter's most important films.
I met him.
Halloween was a commercial hit and helped give birth to the slasher film.
I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
The film grossed over $65 million, making it one of the most successful independent films of all time.
This is KB Antonio Bay. Stevie Wayne here, and let me be the first to wish Antonio Bay a happy birthday.
Carpenter followed up the success of Halloween with The Fog, a ghostly revenge tale inspired by horror comics such as Tales from the Crypt and By the Crawling Eye, a movie about monsters hiding in clouds.
Where's the fog now?
Well, it should be right outside my door now.
Oh, there's something different about this fog.
In 1981, Carpenter immediately followed The Fog with the science fiction adventure Escape from New York, starring several actors that Carpenter would collaborate with again, such as Kurt Russell.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation.
The Thing used the same source material as the 1951 Howard Hawks film, The Thing from Another World. Carpenter's version is more faithful to the novella, Who Goes There, upon which both films were based.
Her name's Christine.
Carpenter's next film, Christine, was the adaptation of the Stephen King novel of the same name. The story revolves around a high school nerd who buys a junk Plymouth Fury, which turns out to have supernatural powers. As Cunningham restores and rebuilds the car, he becomes unnaturally obsessed with it, with deadly consequences. Starman was produced by Michael Douglas. Starman envisioned as a romantic comedy similar to It Happened One Night, only with a space alien.
As the Secretary General of the United Nations, who represent almost all of the human inhabitants of the planet Earth,
Douglas chose Carpenter to be the director because of his reputation as an action director who could also convey strong emotion.
He doesn't want to hurt anybody.
What's going on here? Is this some kind of
Magic. The darkest magic.
In Big Trouble in Little China, a big-budget action comedy, Kurt Russell plays truck driver Jack Burton, who helps his friend Wang Guy rescue his fiancée from bandits in San Francisco's Chinatown.
How are you gonna spring us?
I have no idea.
Anyone in close proximity has the same dream.
What is it?
A secret that can no longer be kept.
In 1987, Carpenter returned to making lower-budget films such as Prince of Darkness, a film influenced by the BBC series Quatermass.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Carpenter's next film, They Live, stars Roddy Piper, a Canadian professional wrestler, who discovers the ruling class are in fact aliens concealing their appearance and manipulating people to spend money and breed with subliminal messages in mass media.
The riot
riots began because the stores could not meet the demands of Sutter Kane's novel.
In 1995, Carpenter directed In the Mouth of Madness, a Lovecraftian horror film, stars Sam Neill, who meets Charlton Heston, a publishing director who tasks him with investigating the disappearance of popular horror novelist Sutter Kane and recovering the manuscript for Kane's final novel.
Drive people crazy. Let's hope so. The movie comes out next month.